is extreme. Yeah.
Yes, it's time.
So either
There are a ton of different ways to fill your primer tubes. The method that I've used is apparently the most archaic, and that is using your pickup sticks and the flip tray and picking them up one primer at a time. Enter the DAA PrimeVibe. This is God's gift to the reloading enthusiasts. A good friend of ours picked one of these up, so I get to play with it, show you guys how to use it and set it up. When he picked out his particular machine, he also included 5 additional primer tubes, so we're going to take advantage of that and fill them up. It comes mostly pre-assembled already. It comes with a large pistol primer tube and a small pistol primer tube. It's also going to come with the accessories for each of those 2 tubes depending on which ones you're going to be using. The only 2 tools that you're going to need are both included in the kit, and that is 2 different size Allen keys. The small pistol primer parts are all red and the large pistol primer parts are all blue. So we are going to be using the red tubes and red accessories. First, we'll remove the set screw inside of the top of the exit hole. We'll insert the red aluminum exit tool piece inside and then reinsert that set screw. And you'll place the red lower spring adapter onto the bottom of the spring like this and insert it underneath the exit hole. Just below the spring and adapter is where the magnetic collar for your primer tube will sit and attach to the bottom. After you've plugged everything in, it's time to pour those boom buttons into the top and get this thing started. As a disclaimer, doing it in this method will cause primers to bounce all over your house. Ask me how I know. This method is going to make it much smoother and far less messy. You'll have the ability to fine-tune both the time and the frequency on your machine using your control unit. So it will go up to 4 minutes. To fast pace how quickly that dial will move, you can always press the dial in and then turn it. That will move it up much quicker than turning it 1 notch at a time. I ended up finding that the best frequency for my CCI number 500s was an 88. And that the best frequency for my small pistol primers that are Federal branded is about a 91.7, 92, somewhere in that range. So some people actually run it at a much higher frequency, which you can do, but you'll notice that they'll start bouncing off of the ledge when they're already in the correct position, just because it's such a high frequency, it's knocking even the good ones off the ledge. So it's taking a very long time to actually fill that primer tube. So you can adjust accordingly. The other thing that you'll be able to adjust is at the top of the exit hole, there is a small screw. You'll use that Allen key, loosen it up just a tiny bit, because what I was seeing is that the height of the primers was a little bit too tall. So it's actually running up the ramp, getting into the top and then falling off because it was too tall to actually go through that opening. So I just had to walk it open a tiny, tiny bit, maybe a half of a turn to 3/4 of a turn, and everything ran in very smoothly. At the proper frequency, I was able to fill a primer tube in about 1 minute and 20 seconds. If you end up picking up extra primer tubes, you'll also want to pick up the additional magnetic collars, because there's nothing to hold the primer tube to the actual machine without that magnetic collar. So only one of my 6 tubes can currently be used to fill from the machine. You can also pick up a really neat holder that will magnetize the bottom of the tubes that have the magnetic collar, so you can actually store them once you've filled half a brick or so at a time, like I did. It's an incredibly easy setup. It does not take very much time at all to get started. It's a great investment if you're going through a lot of ammo at a time. So now that I have my new Frankfurt Arsenal press, picking up 1 primer at a time is incredibly inefficient, so I'm very happy that I had a chance to try this out, and you should too.